Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpole and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah. Well, hello, dummies, and welcome to episode number 94 of the stupidest sports show on earth. My name, as you all know, is Tim D. Wade Van Stratton. Alongside me is Rodney Newpole. I have recovered miraculously from my cold in the last show, episode 93, the Ben Rice show. It's a thing of the past, and we are healthy. We are alive on this great Tuesday. How are you, Rodney?
Doing well. I'm glad you were much better. I always get a kick out of those that are like, they're sick and then they're like still sick, and you talk to them like a week later and they're still sick, and I don't know. Like I understand like everybody's bodies react differently, but like I don't have a lot.
I'm sorry that people's immune systems are an inconvenience to you.
I don't have a lot of tolerance for long-term sickness. I get it. There are problems. Like everybody's got their own thing, but like let's be honest. There are people that milk being sick. They milk.
So I agree with that. And I'll say this. Of the people who milk sickness, 95% of the time, it's a guy.
Yes.
Yes, it is, and I will admit that as a guy, we're both guys here. It is always us for the 95. Screw it, 100%. Like it's us. Like it's us. Like we don't have a lot of chances to really complain and be like, boo-hoo, woe is me. So like when the sickness comes, you really just got to be like, this is horrible, this is nightmarish. But no, I actually I woke up Saturday and it was my birthday, and I was like, you know what, maybe there was a little birthday miracle that happened, because I was like, you know what, I'm okay. And I think it was maybe the voice in the back of my head saying, hey, what would Rodney think of you if you spent your whole birthday weekend sick and milking this thing? Because he does not have a lot of patience for the sick and the ill. What I've learned.
No tolerance. You're fine. Get back out there. You're good to go. Yeah. But no, I am glad you're healthy. We're 100% ready for the show. And episode 94, we have a lot of football to talk about today. A lot of football. Maybe time for baseball, but a lot of football. And we'll get into it right now as people are chiming in. And by the way, we do have a comment a comment box. So as you're watching on YouTube, on Twitter, wherever, you could drop us a comment right there. It'll appear on the show. We'll highlight it if it's good enough, if it's worthy of our attention. But hopefully we get some interactions tonight. But yeah, let's start with football, man. Amazing noon slate. And then things just kind of progressively got worse as the day went on. Then we had one good Monday night game, and then the second game was kind of a dud. So kind of like an uneven football weekend as far as the NFL. I'll let you start here. I'll let you start before I give my thoughts. So it's what caught you the most for the second week of the NFL season? So I didn't see a lot of noon live. I did go back and obviously saw scores, saw touchdown updates, and then kind of looked through what actually did happen during that time. The 3:00 Sundays weren't real good. The Eagles Chiefs was really kind of a dud, to be honest with you. I don't know. I feel the Chiefs are just kind of going to be duds. They're not really all that fun to watch anymore. And they haven't really been the last couple years. And then Sunday night, J.J. McCarthy was not good at all, was absolutely actually horrible. And now he's out. Baker Mayfield, we mentioned this last night, absolute dog, like in a good way dog. He's legit, man. And we've known this for a while. And then, Monday Night Football, Geno Smith looked absolutely horrendous. Raiders home opener. I'm going to decide that I am not a Raiders fan yet. That was not my opening night. I decided about 3 minutes in. Well, maybe on the first throw of the game, I decided, no, I don't think tonight's the night.
You got no loyalty, man. You got no loyalty. You have this whole big buildup about how you're going to become the Raider fan of Central Illinois, and then one bad game against Jim Harbaugh's Chargers, and suddenly you're like, oh nope, I'm out. Like it was. Here's the positive here. I don't think it would ever get worse for Geno Smith. Like that had to have been, and he had a career that was mostly spent in mediocrity.
Yeah.
That I think was the worst game he's ever had. Like truly horrendous. So the good news for you is it's going to go up. It's going to get better. Right? It should. And I was looking back at my preseason predictions. Like I had the Raiders at 1-1. They're 1-1. So they're still very much, a way for them to be an 8-win, 9-win team, play some competitive football, good division that they're in. I think you need to plant your flag. I'm ashamed if you decide to run away from the Raiders and reevaluate your fanhood.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Raiders also going 1-1. I have them losing at Washington next week. So yeah, right on par there. Mm-hmm. And then week 4 taking on the Bears at home. I have them getting back to 2-2. But let's start. So like, I don't know. Like I was a little befuddled that I had to see Tom Brady in the booth last night.
I don't know what that was about.
Yeah. And obviously Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd, both spending quite a bit of time on their shows today talking about that. Yeah. Minority owner in the booth with a headset on. Not sure about that one.
Yeah. That was all strange. So this year he's now allowed to meet with teams and talk to teams as part of his broadcasting duties. That's something that he wasn't able to do last year. But yeah, the whole look of minority owner with a headset. Also, so he's going to be communicating with other teams. Like it's all it's weird. It's a weird thing from the beginning. Yeah, I don't get it.
It's weird. And it's almost like the NFL is like, yeah, we're okay with it because we want him in the league as many ways as possible. On the sidelines, in the booth, in the press box. Like we want Tom Brady any and everywhere, and you're just going to have to be okay with it, right? Like who in the right mind? So they were talking about today. So Brady and who's he with? Burkhardt. Yeah, they have the Bears Cowboys this weekend. So they're doing the Bears Cowboys this weekend, and then next weekend, week 4. The Bears play the Raiders. So you're telling me that any intel that Tom Brady gets pre-game or anything, he's not going to turn around on Monday of week 4 and not tell Pete Carroll or Chip Kelly?
Well, Rodney, I think you're overlooking something here. Because if there is someone in football history that I associate with rule following, with ethics, with playing the game the right way, with the proper level of ball inflation, it's Tom Brady.
Let me remind you that a Michigan man would never cheat.
Right, that's the other thing too. Famously, the University of Michigan frowns upon all sorts of shady activities in regards to their football program. That's an excellent point you've brought up. So I don't think the Bears or anyone has anything to worry about here. So
anyway,
non-story, I'm sure.
That'll be a non-story for Wonder Boy in week 4 as the Bears fall to 0-4. But let's talk about some of the games, and I want to get right to Sunday because Wonder Boy giving up 52 points to his daddy, to Dan Campbell. Okay. Like what is going on? And Amon-Ra could literally do whatever he wanted.
I may have been a little bit too eager to think that Boy Wonder was going to keep things close in Detroit. I think that there are a couple things that I learned from that game on Sunday. And I apologize if this is overreacting a little bit, but I've officially made a couple declarations. Number one, turns out that it was always the players on the Lions more so than the guy who was calling the plays on the Lions. That is always going to be the case in the NFL. As we tried to tell you, and I'm talking to Bears fans here, and a lot of them listening, as always. We've tried to tell you Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta and David Montgomery and Penei Sewell and all of these like legitimate blue Jameson Williams, all of these blue chip players on Detroit's offense didn't come to Chicago with Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson came, but all those guys stayed back in Detroit. And what you saw on Sunday was the players saying, hey, thanks, Ben. Thanks for the lessons the last couple of years. We'll take it from here. And it looked exactly like what we would have seen the last couple of years. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's number one. Number two, Ryan Poles is, in my view, has cemented himself as the worst general manager in the National Football League. And he makes Ryan Pace look like the executive of the year. Like Ryan, not only was Ryan Pace considerably better than Ryan Poles, but I dare you to think of one thing that Ryan Poles has done that has significantly improved the Chicago Bears in any area. I ask you, Rodney, in his this is his fourth season there. Find me one thing that you could say the Bears have upgraded, they have improved X, they are on the right path. Go.
I mean, I think the only argument would be they've got what we feel might be a competent head coach.
Okay. Through 2 games, he's 0-2.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. I mean,
okay. So, and I remind you, his one coaching hire before Ben Johnson was Matt Eberflus.
Yeah.
Who was terrible, who was worse than anyone that his predecessor, Ryan Pace, had hired.
Yeah. No,
okay.
I'm with you. That's my answer, because you're right. Their offense isn't really any better. Their defense isn't any better. Their special teams isn't any better.
They have the 5th most expensive defense in the NFL.
Yeah, and they gave up 52 points.
Nothing is good. And you've heard it talked about to death that we're not going to be ESPN 1000 here, but like they had 4 players that they drafted in the first 2 rounds. Colson Loveland was a top 10 pick. He's had 1 catch through 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Luther Burden was a second round pick for them. Again, they didn't really need a receiver. He was like coming in as like their 3rd or 4th receiver, kind of been a returner at this point. He had 1 catch on Sunday
for like 2 yards.
Yeah, and then 2 other second rounders, an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, were healthy scratches.
Yeah, on a team that gave up 52 points.
On a team that was in last place last season, and right now looks like they're going to be cruising to last place again. Not good enough. Apparently, the guy that they got to tackle is not good enough to start on that offensive line. That once again looks like it's bad. And the guy on the defensive line looks like he can't get in the game for a defense that allowed 52 points.
Yeah, not good. Not good in Chicago, and it almost feels like it's done already. Like 2 weeks in, and the Bears are done. The season's over. Like, I mean, you got the Cowboys, you got the Raiders, so you got two teams that you could possibly beat. Like, you really need to win both these games, right? Like, if you have any chance of coming back to flirt for a wild card.
Rodney, can I ask? You're the betting guy. You win all the money. Why are the Bears favorites against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday? What am I missing?
I mean, I think what we've seen is that once the Micah Parsons trade went down, people are just completely off Dallas, and Dallas obviously looked better last week. Their offense was strong.
Yeah, I mean their offense has looked good for 2 straight weeks.
Yeah.
And they're going up against the Bears defense that has been terrible and now is without Jalen Johnson, who might be their best defensive player, let alone corner. It definitely, so like they're gonna have no corners against CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. The line is a little fishy. I mean, I'm guessing, Dallas has never been real good on the road. Obviously they lost week 1. So, but still 1.5 point favorite for the Bears. I'd probably put this at more like Dallas minus 2.5. Probably make the Cowboys a small favorite in this one. But, no, that is interesting. I'd be interesting to see what happens over the next 4 or 5 days and until kickoff, see if this comes back towards the Cowboys at all.
All right. So, moving off the Bears here for a second, I want to give you a couple of my week 2 observations, if you will.
Yeah.
All right. I know that after the first game of the year that you and I both declared, well, I think it was you initially that had declared that Jalen Carter was the GCD of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance that maybe Derrick Henry should take over that spot? Gets called out by a guy on the Browns less than a week after he has what turned out to be the worst fumble of his career, the most impactful fumble and heartbreaking loss in Sunday Night Football. Gets called out. So is he hard to tackle? Not really. And he responds against the Cleveland Browns in a game in which the Baltimore Ravens scored 41 points with 11 carries for 23 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, not great, but we can't compare this to what Jalen Carter did. I mean,
I think you can. I think you can.
I think you can. And Derrick Henry's team blew him out. Like he only got 11 carries, right? Like they didn't even need it.
The Eagles still won without Jalen Carter.
Yeah, I'm going. No, I know you're just mad you played him on your team. You would breeze over this stat if he wasn't on your DFS team, right? Like, come on now.
Yeah.
I played him.
You know me.
I played him too. Not happy about it. Fortunately, I didn't see the game to get triggered in the moment. Only looked after and was like, holy hell, I did not win today because I needed a lot more out of Derrick Henry. I mean, it was all set up. Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, all on the same roster. What could go wrong? Yeah, a lot could go wrong in that situation. But, yeah, no, I mean, I'm okay with the runner-up, but he can't take Jalen Carter's spot. What Jalen Carter did was so dumb. We still have 14 days to see if Carter gets beat, but it's not going to happen.
Well, I'm very interested to see who could beat him then if you don't even consider Derrick Henry beating him for GCD. But all right. We'll move on from that. A couple other observations. The Miami Dolphins are still who we thought they were. They're bad. Mac Jones made you look like a total doofus because if everyone got to see what you were saying about Mac Jones throughout for hours on Sunday and on your radio show, and then Mac Jones turns around and goes 26 of 39, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, no, okay. And I knew he was playing the worst team in the NFL. I knew that. And I still thought the worst team in the NFL
It's a team that you picked to lose 16 straight games this year. But
yeah, no, I know that. And I can't okay, I was wrong on week 2. I still say long term it is not going to work out for Lack Jones in San Francisco. I am going to plant my flag with the Arizona defense in week 3 against San Francisco, against Lack Jones. I just know I'm not buying into the Lack Jones love here. But he did. He was good. He was good in week 2. Congratulations. There's not much else I could say. I was very negative towards him. And yeah, there he is. Did he end up winning $1 million for anybody? Or I don't even know.
I mean, probably Daniel Jones did, which that was my next observation.
Right, because here's the deal. If you played Lack Jones on your DraftKings team, you probably played Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, and Christian McCaffrey, and that didn't work out for you. You probably needed some backup running back to win $1 million because it makes a lot of sense, right? Like, thought about playing him, played Derrick Henry instead.
Yep. You know how it goes. All right. The Colts game, even though I think I technically picked the Broncos, I did say on Friday that this is a perfect game where the Colts could absolutely win, start 2-0, and then still end up with 5 wins on the season. Are you like in a way? I'm not surprised about what Daniel Jones is doing there because I've seen this Daniel Jones before, and I know it doesn't last. But also like, if this is like a Sam Darnold 2.0 thing, and then he's gonna end up getting a huge contract from the Colts, and then things are gonna fall apart immediately after that.
Yeah, no, that's probably the likely scenario. But Indianapolis looked really good again. Like, I don't know about really good, but they end up with that's a really good win, right? Like,
yeah.
Especially in the AFC South. Like, I mean, any wins you get in the AFC South are impressive because right now they've got a nice lead in that division. Tennessee's 0-2. Jacksonville's 1-1. And Houston's 0-2. So they've got a 1-game lead. And they're at Tennessee this week. Like, okay. Now, that's the thing. Like, okay, Indianapolis, you've won 2 home games, both good wins. Now you need to win on the road, and you need to beat a team that should finish last in your division. Like that, this is kind of a big test for me in Indianapolis. Like, if they win this week 3 game, they get by this trap. Okay, because they're probably going to lose in week 4. They go to LA against the Rams. Okay, but if you can finish September at 3-1, I think every single Colts fan and coach signs up for that at the beginning of the year. Yeah, we'll start 3-1. Perfect. Sign us up.
All right, I got 2 more for you real quick. First, this is the perfect it is the perfect opposite, like the mirror of the Bengals 2024 season. The Bengals 2024 had a healthy Joe Burrow, amazing numbers, honestly MVP caliber numbers, and squandered it, lost games that they should have won. This year's Bengals had a terrible week 1 and now an injured Joe Burrow and are 2-0.
Yeah.
And honestly, and I love Joe Burrow, but I wouldn't be terribly shocked if they're competent still with Jake Browning. Competent.
Yeah, I mean, he won the game on Sunday, but he also threw 3 interceptions. Like, he is a turnover guy. Like, that's another guy, I think, Minnesota this week at home. Now, Minnesota didn't look real good, but Minnesota could turn him over at home on Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, Jake Browning's fine. He's been around a long time. What is he, 30 years? He's got to be, gosh, he's been in the league a while. There. He's 29 years old, so he's a veteran at this point. But, I mean, it's hard to believe in the Bengals long term. Now, they are ahead in that division, but I think that helps Baltimore a lot. And we've seen that Pittsburgh kind of right? Like, I think Pittsburgh kind of showed us in week 2 they are who kind of we thought they were going to be. So maybe Cincinnati can still get the 9 or 10 wins. I mean, if we pull up our handy-dandy book here real quick on Cincinnati, we can kind of dissect what we thought was going to happen.
Oh, wins and loss talk, baby. Let's do it. I had them at 12 wins preseason.
Yeah, so I had them starting 2-0. Got both those right. You had them at 1-1.
Losing to Cleveland. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So we both have them winning at Minnesota. We both have them losing at Denver. I mean, I'm probably changing that one if back's against the wall. I have to pick right now. I'm picking Minnesota to win at home, no matter how garbage they looked. And they also have a backup quarterback, but I'm probably going to take the Vikings at home.
I remind you, Minnesota at this point has played 8 quarters of football, and 7 of them they've looked like the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, I'd almost argue it's 7.5, right? Because that really started.
Yeah. Okay. So 7.25 of their 8 quarters of football, they've been in the conversation as the worst team in the league. I like Carson Wentz probably at this point is an upgrade though over JJ McCarthy as of right now. So yeah, I think I might be with you there. I don't know what the line is though, but yeah, let me see. For Bengals Vikings. So Minnesota 3.5 points. Yeah,
that's probably too many though. I think Cincinnati is a team that can probably hang in there under the field goal. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, Minnesota looked bad.
Yeah. All right, and then the other observation I wanted to make here before we get to some sports radio topics. I need you to understand that I'm not saying this as a hater, because I feel like there are enough voices across the national landscape who are saying the same thing. The tush push is done. Like, it's over. It will be removed after this season. At this point, there's not a doubt in my mind that it is done.
Yeah,
I think, and at this point, like, there is no, in my mind, there is no real legitimate argument for its validity as a football play, as an entertaining play, as a good brand of football, as something that can be officiated. It's none of those things, and I think it will be gone at the end of this season.
Yeah, I think the telling words came from Dean Blandino when he basically said, "I'm done with this. Right? I'm done. I can't officiate this. I can't judge this." And I think officials are going to take that feedback. They're going to get the owners at that feedback, and I think the only thing that might set them back is the Eagles have now won back to back, right? Like, if the Eagles go on and win this year's Super Bowl and be like, yeah, I don't know if we can stop. I don't know. I feel like they could still be gun shy on that, but it is an owner's vote, right? And the owners are not going to want to deal with this.
And it was close. It was close this year.
They only needed two. Yeah, they need two different. So I'm with you. I do think it'll change. And really, what that might do is that really it might motivate the Eagles even more, right? Okay, right?
That's fine. Right. Yeah, that's fine. Like, Rodney, 12% of their offensive plays on Sunday were the tush push.
Yeah. How about but yes, I think that's silly. But how about when, like, JJ McCarthy tried it for Minnesota? Like, it's so funny how bad the rest of the league is at it.
No, they are bad, but also, like, the Eagles unquestionably are lining up illegally.
Yeah.
Or they're false starting, and it's not getting called. So it's the combination of they have the perfect quarterback and the offensive line to do it, but also they're finding a way to not get penalized when they're running it, when, like, everyone can see that it is not being officiated correctly. And then you have this lump of bodies. No one knows where the ball actually is, and it's just a sloppy play. And it's a bad product and a bad watch. And the reason that we're sitting here saying that, Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl rematch was such kind of a blah game is because, like, every drive the Eagles had the ball, they're doing this shit every time. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. It is not an enjoyable thing to watch. No one except diehard Eagles fans love this. And at some point, the NFL has to think about their game and not just what one team likes to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. I'm with you. I think it will be the final season for it. I don't know. Like, are they going to find a different way to circumvent the rules and get a yard or two? I don't know. We'll see.
That's on your boy Sirianni. He could figure that out. He's such a genius, right? He could figure that out.
He just keeps winning. He's got the best team in the league.
I guess a bonus thing. Is Patrick Mahomes, like, is he the guy? Like, I'm not being like, is he bad, but, like, is he, like, he was in the GOAT talk not too long ago. He's not old. He's 29. But I feel like the Patrick Mahomes we've seen for the last 2.5 seasons now is much different than the Patrick Mahomes we saw before that. It's worth asking the question.
Yeah, I'll give a hot take that the Kansas City Chiefs will not win another Super Bowl in his career.
Wow.
I almost, you know what? Screw it. The Kansas City Chiefs will not get back to another Super Bowl in his career.
Wow. I feel like we need like gasps or something. That is maybe that of all of the takes after a football weekend, I think you on our show just had the hottest one.
He will not get back to another Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, there's too much young talent. There's too many young teams. there's the game changes each year. The Chiefs are not necessarily keeping up with the league. They've kept a lot of their guys. They're loyal to their guys. You know, some of their main guys, and they've had a great run. Don't get me wrong. They've been to 3 straight Super Bowls. That's really, really damn impressive.
Yeah.
But it's over.
So, okay. So this is where we have to go back and look at Tom Brady for a second. So Tom Brady, his career starts 3 Super Bowls in his first 4 seasons as a starter.
Yeah.
Unprecedented. But Tom Brady wasn't really he was not the best quarterback in the league, not even close at that time.
Right.
But they had an amazing defense. Obviously Belichick at that time. I think though that Super Bowl was that run in that era was more Belichick and the defense than Brady overall. And then there was a long wait because their last title was 2004, and then they didn't win another one until 2015. They were in a couple, they lost, but that's 11-year gap between Super Bowls. And then the second era of Brady's career started where he was well up there, well into his 30s, and then ends up winning 3 more Super Bowls in New England, the one in Tampa, well into his 40s, where he is now the one who is responsible for those victories. So Patrick Mahomes, on the other hand, his success started where it was he's the guy, he's the star. They're winning because of him. Do you think maybe there's a reverse Brady possibility where he can win Super Bowls down the road, but it ain't going to be necessarily because of him. It's going to be because of, the Chiefs have so-and-so on defense. Steve Spagnuolo has this incredible defense, Chris Jones, and all of these guys. That's kind of how it was last year to even get to the Super Bowl, in all honesty. And Mahomes just made the plays that he had to make.
Yeah,
so
I think
that to me is how the story is could play out. I see what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to do some altering of their roster over these years to get that done, right? I think I don't know as if they're building keep in mind their running game is actually pretty poor, right? It's not real good, right? It's not real good. No. And I know they're banged up at receiver, but even that core, that's not that good, right?
And Kelsey's just not. Yeah, he's not who he was. Yeah.
It's a fun story that he's there and he's on the roster and, they opened the steakhouse, but Kelsey probably better served to be done and join the Fox crew with Gronk and his brother on TV and stuff like that. That's probably better for his career right now, right? He's probably going to be good at it. And then he goes and travels with Taylor, put Taylor on the pregame. I don't know. I just think it's probably the end for Travis Kelce, but no, I do. I think the Chiefs are done. I think they're done. Which then I'll go and make my third hot take. They don't make the playoffs this year. I'll be wrong on them. I did preface this saying I thought this could be. I'm not going to bet. I'm not man enough to quite go with the losses, but they're not going to make the playoffs. I'm going to call it now. Not making the playoffs.
They're going to beat the Giants on Sunday night.
Now that's a big test. That's not a big test, but that would be. It's rock bottom, right? It's rock bottom. The Chiefs can't start 0-3 and lose to the New York Giants. I will tell you, I do think it'll be a competitive game.
Yeah, I'm a little homer here. 6.5 is a big number.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
That's a big number for a Chiefs team that is not playing well, that doesn't have an explosive offense. And also I learned this. Did you know the Kansas City Chiefs have never beaten the Giants in East Rutherford in their franchise history?
Yeah, my question would be okay, how they can't run the ball, right? Mahomes is doing a lot of their running. Their defense has been fine, but
yeah, right. But so the way that this game plays out for me is the total's at 45.5, and I think it's ridiculous because I don't like the Giant. People are going to overreact to the Giants' offense against Dallas. I think Steve Spagnuolo is going to make life hell for Russell Wilson, the offense. I don't think you'll see the Giants come close to what they did in week 2. And the Chiefs just aren't the explosive team anymore. Like Patrick Mahomes takes a couple shots down the field each game. Other than that, it's all short. It's all methodical. Like it's probably going to be a low scoring game that if the Chiefs do cover, it's going to be, they got a touchdown late and they win the game by 9. And it's 20 to 12. Like,
my first instinct is this game is going to be like 21-20. Right, like we're gonna see a competitive game, and maybe Kansas City kicks a game-winning field goal because they can't start 0-3.
Oh yeah, right? 60+ yards, because that's what always happens against.
Well, the Giants. I mean Hudson or whatever gets 6 penalties in a row and moves them up 30 yards to be able to kick a 58-yard field goal to win the game. That's probably something that's going to happen. Is that his name, Hudson? Hudson, right?
Yeah, Hudson. Who's currently. James Hudson III, was starting because Andrew Thomas is still out, and first drive of the game commits 4 penalties, and then gets benched, and we never saw him again. Thank God. They put in one of their rookies, like 5th round rookie, who actually looked really good, but that's besides the point. Okay, I have a couple sports radio topics. I feel like you just lit the room on fire with the Chiefs takes, and I'm very appreciative of that. But I have a couple like sports radio, we both used to produce and program shows here. So these are a couple questions that, based on what we have seen through the first couple weeks of the season, and so I want to get your opinion here. So number 1, a year ago, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May went 1, 2, 3 in the NFL draft. All 3 of them are starters right now for their franchises. Jaden Daniels obviously was the Rookie of the Year last year, led Washington to the NFC title game. Drake May is looking pretty good in New England. Caleb Williams, well, he's generational. If, Rodney, you were given the choice right now, today, with forget about the coach, forget about the surrounding roster, you could choose any of these 3 quarterbacks to start your team. Who are you taking and why?
I'm taking Jaden Daniels. I mean, I think he's proven to be a winning quarterback now. I know they're coming off a loss. He's slightly banged up, but I'm going to take a guy that's shown that he can win. And again, maybe it's coaching, maybe it's his talent around him, but I think Jaden Daniels has all of the tools. Plus, like, I don't want to get too far in the weeds here on Caleb Williams' mentality, but Jaden Daniels seems to have kind of the it in his mind too, right? Like that you want from a quarterback. And Drake May's there too. I think Drake May, but like Caleb Williams just is not showing that he is progressing like I want him to progress. So I'm going to go Jaden Daniels here as my choice.
I will take Jaden Daniels for now. But I have been very impressed based on what I've seen from Drake May.
Yeah.
It's the smallest sample size because May took over mid-season, unlike the other 2 guys. But like between all of these guys so far this year, Drake May's been the best.
Yeah. No, he's been good.
2 games. Yeah.
He's been good. He's been good and has, his surrounding cast. You mentioned don't mention surrounding cast, but his is the worst of these 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. It like when he's also, well, no, I was going to say with that offensive coach. No, but like Drake May's already on his 2nd head coach. So is Caleb Williams. But yeah, I've been very impressed with Drake May, but I'll agree with you there. Jaden Daniels for now. All right. Number 2, we were treated to a shootout in Arlington. Russell Wilson, career day for what many thought at one point was a lock for the Hall of Fame. Maybe it's taken a hit the last few years. On the other side, you got Dak Prescott. Now, while Dak doesn't have the Super Bowl titles, Dak Prescott is probably going to end his career with very, very, very good numbers. And for a lot of years has been a consistent, top 8, top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Would you say that Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott is more likely to be enshrined in Canton?
I think that's going to go to Dak Prescott. I think it's going to go to Dak Prescott because I'm not sure Russ's career at this point is going to get him there. And I'm not sure there's enough that he can do. I think there's more. Honestly, I think there's probably more harm than he's going to do help over, for Russell Wilson with the New York Giants. Like I just, yes, he was good in week 2, but is that going to continue? Whereas I think you'll see a big year if Dak can stay healthy this year for his passing numbers. I mean, he's got 2 studs on the corners. Javonte Williams has shown that he can help run the ball for the Cowboys. Dak's got a tight end he can throw to. I think his numbers are going to be huge, and just continue. And let's just play something into mind here. A Cowboys quarterback is probably going to get an opportunity to get to the Hall of Fame. I don't know. I know it's voted on by others, but a Cowboys quarterback is probably going to get in. I'll take Dak Prescott.
Yeah, the one thing that holds Dak back, in addition to like the lack of playoff success, is he's had 2 seasons that he missed significant time with injury, which is probably going to hurt his overall career numbers. And Aaron obviously mentioning the Super Bowl win, and I think that's totally reasonable for a quarterback. For a quarterback, that usually matters. But in the years that Dak is healthy, I mean, it's 4,500 yards, 4,900 yards, 30-plus touchdowns. I'll say, though, for Hall of Fame, like, I think that you're looking at Russ and saying, oh, well, this year with the Giants is going to be bad. And, yeah, like, this would be the 4th year where we look at Russ and say, okay, this is an average to maybe slightly below average starting quarterback. But you're also discounting all of the perennial Pro Bowl years that he had in Seattle with a Super Bowl, with another NFC championship on top of that. And like overall, I think those numbers are still going to matter. So I would say that Russell Wilson at this point would be more likely to go into Canton. So we'll disagree there. All right. And my third one, and honestly, this final topic here is the whole reason that I did this sports radio topic. Because a buddy of mine in a group chat yesterday threw this out there. And I couldn't get over how amazing of a topic this was. And I just had to share it on the air, and I had to talk to you about it. There are 3 NFL teams that play in California. You got the Rams, you got the Chargers, and you got the 49ers. All 3 of them right now are 2-0. All 3 of them are saying, hey, we're good enough to win a Super Bowl. And I think you can make a case that all of them are. In your mind, Rodney, and it could be this year, you think this is a question that is for the now and also for the future. If you had to take one of those 3 teams to win a Super Bowl first, Rams, Chargers, or 49ers, who are you taking?
First of all, this is a great question. You're right. It's a great question. Yeah. I'm fascinated just thinking, and I did not know this question was coming. So my lack of preparation will be very obvious here. But honestly, I think I'm taking the Chargers. I love what I see out of the Chargers. Now, listen, I am one of the biggest Sean McVay fans there is. I love Sean McVay. I don't think this current team can win it no matter what Sean McVay does. I do think they're really good, but I think the Eagles are a step above. San Francisco's right with them. I'm not ready to say the Rams are ready. But gosh, I think the Chargers are ready. Now, Chargers are going to have to contend with Josh Allen to even get to a Super Bowl. The Chargers may have to beat both Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen to get to a Super Bowl. But I love the trajectory of the Los Angeles Chargers right now. I love what Harbaugh's doing. I love that team. I'll go out and say I think it's going to be the Chargers.
I still have such little conviction in my answer and I've been thinking about this for about 24 hours now.
Yeah.
So my gut, if I had to choose, would be to agree with you and say the Chargers, because it's the quarterback in his prime. Yeah. It's the great head coach. And from top to bottom, it's probably the best roster out of the 3.
I mean, it's pretty good.
But to be in the same division as, Mahomes and Chiefs all these years, and like, not only do you have a tough division, but you got Josh Allen, You got Lamar Jackson, like the AFC, Joe Burrow, if he could stay healthy, like that division's or that conference is loaded. Like the path to success is so much easier in the NFC. And that's what holds me back with the Chargers. But then I look and I say, okay, well, the Rams are the only one that's done it in recent memory. And McVay, out of the three, is probably the coach that I would trust the most. But they also got the oldest quarterback. I don't know how long Stafford's going to be there. And, I was not too long ago where also people were kind of like, is Sean McVay going to want to coach until he's 70? Like, I don't think he's going to. And so the Rams without Stafford, or God forbid without McVay, like that thing falls apart instantly.
Yeah.
And then you have the 49ers. The 49ers, I feel very confident about Kyle Shanahan being there as long as he wants. I feel confident that whoever they have at quarterback, as long as Shanahan is there, they're going to get good play out of. Obviously, they still have a ton of talent. My fear, though, with San Francisco is that their window passed. Like they had their window. They had the team to do it. They just couldn't do it. Granted, I do have them winning 14 games this year, just thanks to the first one. So honestly, like San Francisco probably should be the pick here. But I would say weakest quarterback situation of the bunch. And, I think the roster might be sort of teetering on it's over. Like the Chargers, I totally agree with you. They're ascending. They're in such a good spot, but they just need to make sure that like they have an amazing regular season. Don't have to go on the road to Kansas City or Buffalo. Like Chargers, if they have to go to Buffalo in January, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Like you got to be the 1 seed. Like,
yeah. And even the 1 seed could potentially mean you have to beat Mahomes and then Allen or Jackson. Like if you can avoid playing both 2 of them, I think your path is much better. Like let's say you beat, so let's say you're the 1 and you get CJ Stroud first round. Okay, perfect. Mm-hmm. Or I guess it would be divisional round.
Yeah.
And then you get one of Jackson or Allen in the championship round. So that would be their best path. And I think a very winnable path for them. But if they have to play 2 of them back to back, maybe play 3 games in the playoffs, I this year, I'm just not sure they get it done. But I do love that team. And what they did to the Raiders last night, they just stuffed them, right? They just stuffed them and took care of the ball. Omarion Hampton hasn't even been very good yet, and I think he still will be. Both those rookie running backs last night, neither one have been very good, but I still have faith in both of them.
By the way, and this is my last note before we get to your power rankings here. We've seen that there seems to be a common theme between MVPs and who wins the AFC. Like it's Lamar Jackson if the Ravens are dominant. Last year the Bills were great, and it was Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes obviously is MVPs. If you happen to be very high on the Chargers, as I think you and I both are, and you think the Chargers have a chance to be a 1 or 2 seed in the AFC and they're going to be one of the best teams in football, Justin Herbert is plus 800.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to be plus 800 for much longer to win the MVP. It's probably worth a flyer. Like it's not a total long shot. It's fourth best odds right now, but Jordan Love has better MVP odds than Justin Herbert. And I would say Justin Herbert, I would consider an MVP more so than Jordan Love, especially with 2 weeks of the year. It seems like the Chargers are throwing the ball like crazy. Like Harbaugh wants to make this Justin Herbert's team. You could tell.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not discrediting Jordan Love. He's been really good through 2 weeks too. And the Packers are kind of the Chargers of the NFC right now. Kind of that team that kind of continues to develop. The storm is brewing, and honestly, that's kind of that could be a sexy matchup for people to pick right now as Packers Chargers. Like you just look at both of them, and I mean you just used it, but the storm is brewing for both of them. Like everything's coming together. A coach, a very competent coach, and a strong quarterback, a good run game, couple good receivers. I think, but I'm with you. 8-1 is a good value for Justin Herbert.
All right. I've yapped long enough here. We're about 50 minutes into the show. We still got a couple things to get to. So you put out your NFL power rankings earlier today. It's a little bit different than what you shared with us a couple nights ago, which I'm thankful of. But we're gonna start here. Let's go with your bottom 5.
Yeah.
And then your top 5. So I'll let you take it away here.
Yeah, I'll just start at the very bottom. Number 32 is the Miami Dolphins. Like they were 32 last week. They're 32 now. Like there's no hope for them right now. And Mike is mentioning something about you can't win the game when you don't win the game, so you lose the game. Something like that.
He doesn't stop talking, and none of it makes sense.
Yeah. 31 is probably the worst team in the league, even though I can't put them at 32 because it's the Dolphins. And I'll put the New Orleans Saints, right? I have them winning one game. I'm just waiting for a reason to maybe bump the Dolphins to 31 and put the Saints where they actually probably belong, and that would be 32. But for now, they're 31. Carolina Panthers are 30. I put an initial rough draft out there on Sunday night, and I was wrong on your Giants, right? I went through and it was like, okay, they lost, kind of didn't move some things around. Once I fixed it today, I'm comfortable here. Panthers 30. Titans haven't been very good. We thought maybe they would be better against the Rams in week 2. They weren't really. So Titans 29. And then I do got to go your New York Giants 28, right? Like maybe that's not right. I mean, the Bears are 0-2, Houston's 0-2. There's a bunch of teams you could put here, but like I still think it's the Giants.
So on a neutral field, you would say the Browns would beat the Giants.
Probably.
Neutral field, the Jets would beat the Giants with a concussed Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean Tyrod's not bad.
I know.
I think they both could. Yeah.
Neutral field, the Bears are beating the Giants.
I think so. Yeah. I think so.
All right. Boy wonder. All right. Former Bears season ticket holder Rodney Newpol. I should have known.
I do have the Bears coming in at 26. So there's that.
Where the hell are the Browns? How high are you on the Browns?
Browns are 27, right between the Bears and Giants.
And then the Jets, I hope, are right in front of the Bears.
25. Yep.
Okay.
Patriots 24 seems a little low for them.
That's pretty low.
Yeah. Cowboys, Texans, Jags, Raiders ahead of them. I don't know. I'm kind of mixed in that middle.
High on the Chiefs. High on the 0-2 Chiefs that you said would miss the playoffs.
14 right now. They're 14.
Top half of the league. All right.
Top
5.
Yeah, top 5, number 5. And it really didn't change. It's honestly didn't change at all. Baltimore Ravens, number 5. 1-1, but they're still the Ravens. Packers are 4. A lot of people would probably think they should be better than 4. Here's the deal. They've been good, but so have the Chargers at 3. Chargers have been just as good. I mentioned both those teams been really solid. Number 2 is the Buffalo Bills, also been really good. I don't even know if they've been really good, but they've been good enough to win 2 games. And like at the beginning of the year, I've got the Bills ahead of the Chargers and Packers. I'm not ready to change that. And then again, Super Bowl champions and undefeated. I'm gonna go Philadelphia Eagles 1. A few other mentions. I really bumped Tampa Bay quite a bit after their road win. Kind of initially had them like 10 or 11, but bumped them up to 7. So it goes Rams 6, Tampa 7, Colts 8. Not sure there. San Francisco 9, Falcons 10. Falcons. I moved the Falcons up quite a bit. I really thought they looked impressive Sunday night. Hopefully they can continue that.
I couldn't figure out if the Falcons were good or if the Vikings were just that bad. I think I leaned more Vikings bad, but like I think the Falcons are fine. Like they're fine. They're fine. But I have no like push to say, oh, I think that they're going to beat Tampa for the division.
I mean, I love Bijan Robinson, so I'm hoping what he did Sunday night, and I'm hoping his coaching staff, his offensive staff, will give him the ball. You can use Tyler Algier if you want in different spots, but Bijan still needs 75% of the carries, right? And if you want to go a 75-25 split, I am fine with that, but it can't be 60-40 or anywhere near that. It's got to be 75. Bijan's got to get the ball, and he's got to get the ball often. So if they can continue to do that and he can be effective, I like the Falcons.
Best bets for betting recap here. So last week, you and I each did 5 games from the college and NFL slates. All right, let you decided to start with a Friday night classic. So how'd that go?
Houston Cougars beat up on Mr. Prime, Coach Prime. I think people are wondering if Dion can actually coach. Houston got it done. Cougars look good. They picked up a big win Friday night.
I think Dion can coach, but I also think this line was very proper or improperly placed. So yeah, good call there. I fell for the Irish, and it was a good game, close game. Notre Dame did not cover, and they lost. So 0-2, and as I said last week, I feel like the Irish now have to win every single game. But if they do win every single game from here on out, they will make the playoff because it's Notre Dame.
My second one, dang! I told you I should have money lined this one. I really irritated I didn't. I mean, obviously for bets for betting, it wouldn't have mattered because it's a win or a loss. But just having the cojones to actually money line this, I mean, happy trails.
In hindsight,
to see it to Deshaun Foster. I mean, what a disaster of a hire that was for the Bruins. New Mexico went to the Rose Bowl and beat the Bruins straight up. So I got that one started 2-0.
Big Ten. Congrats, UCLA. All right. Yeah. I did go money line here. I was off on the Miami Dolphins. Always have been. Always will be. And it was a good game. It was a close game. You don't see like a punt return touchdown immediately followed by a kick return touchdown very often. So that was fun. Dolphins had a chance actually to come back, but made a couple mistakes. Tua had some bad throws, and the Patriots held on for the road win. So nice money line win there for the Pats.
I moved to 3-0 on Saturday. Now the hair of my chinny chin with this one. Tennessee plus 3.5. They won by 3. Poor Max Gilbert missed a field goal to win the game for the Volunteers. Went to overtime. Max Gilbert got another chance. He made the field goal, but that didn't matter. Georgia scored a touchdown. And I got saved by that. You don't even need to kick the extra point kick in overtime. You win by 3. I'll take the 3.5. Thank you for the hook. And that started me 3-0 in best bets for betting.
All right. My next pick, it was a harsh lesson to learn. I thought that the Lions after week 1 said, okay, it's clear that they need to sort of get acclimated to the new. Do you lose me?
Yeah, they got you now.
All right.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're good.
I was saying that Johnson's going into Detroit thinking revenge, but then I forgot to realize that Dan Campbell, the man who eats many kneecaps, is also thinking about revenge. Of course that he is going to motivate his team to go out and kick some ass, and that's exactly what he did. So shame on me. Never again. By the way, Rodney, so we didn't see Packers suffer too much after week 1 against the Lions. Will we see the Lions beat down on the Bears affect the Bears now coming back to Chicago? Is it too early to tell how the system is going to work?
I mean, that would be a nice excuse. That would be a way to get rid of the 0-3 stench that comes from Chicago Sunday night. I mean, we both mentioned why are the Cowboys underdogs. So, I think that needs to be your final thought when you pick Sunday's game between the Cowboys and Bears. I'll take Dallas. All right, so my fourth one, my only loss of the week. I went all in against Lack Jones. And what did he do? Win by 5? Congratulations, Lack. Yeah. You beat the Saints by 5. I mean, congratulations. You beat the worst team in the NFL by 5. I mean, New Orleans had a chance late, right?
Yeah, I mean, the 49ers were never super comfortably ahead. New Orleans was always had a shot in that game. Just couldn't get it done.
I mean, it was 16-7.5. 19-14 after 3, and so 26-21. So took the L. Lack proved me wrong. I went to 3-1 there.
All right, next, we both had this. Spoiler alert. I was getting nervous at first, but then fourth quarter came and the Ravens just poured it on. So, yeah, good job. Ravens 11.5-point favorites, easily covered against the Cleveland Browns. It was 41-17 was the final.
Yep, that was my fourth win. I moved to 4-1 with that one. I'll take 4-1. It's a strong week.
All right, for my last pick, I need to explain something here. Okay. Apparently, on Friday's show, I came out and said the Texans would win by a field goal at home against the Bucs. Apparently, I forgot that I had said that because Monday rolls around, and as I'm looking and as I'm making my bets, all I'm thinking about is, God, I love the Buccaneers. I love Tampa so much. And I bet what in my standards was a much larger bet than I normally do on the Bucs plus 2.5. They win the game, last 10 seconds. Great game. Baker's got that dog in him. I'm pumped up. I won some money. All right. I sign on today to get prepared for the show, and I see, oh, God, why did I take the Texans? So I have to respect best bets for betting and give myself the L here, even though real life Tim, away from the microphone, did the exact opposite thing and took Tampa Bay. But that just shows how stupid I am and why I'm hosting this show. So there you go.
All right. After 3 weeks, I am 9-6.
Yeah.
And I have a 3-game lead on 6-9. Nice.
Not nice. It's not nice. All right. Real quick, Mount Rushmore of number 94s in the sports world. I tried to do a little bit of research ahead of time here, Rodney, just to expedite things. So obviously NFL, that's been the source for a lot of our Mount Rushmores in the 80s and 90s. So the top players to wear number 94, you have Cameron Jordan, long-time New Orleans Saints, still with the Saints. I mean, the guy's putting together what might be a Hall of Fame career. 8-time Pro Bowler, was on the All 2010s team named by the Hall of Fame, former All-Pro. So, and he's still doing his thing. So Cameron Jordan, and then DeMarcus Ware, who is nightmare fuel for myself being a Giants fan. He is a Hall of Famer, 9-time Pro Bowler, obviously mostly known with the Dallas Cowboys, but then a couple years at the end of his career with Denver, including their Super Bowl team. He was on that team. So Cameron Jordan, DeMarcus Ware are the main two that stick out to me, and I'll let you take over if there's anyone else that you found.
Yeah, I don't really have much. Major League Baseball, we got nothing. NBA, one interesting one I wanted to mention. Evan Fournier wore it 3 years, 2 in Denver and 1 in Boston. I don't remember that. I mean, I'm not willing to put him on the Mount Rushmore here.
I'm not putting his punchable face on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I mean, a decent NBA career, 2 years in Denver and 1 in Boston is not enough there. So we can exclude those sports. I mean, Dan must be on strike from the show, or the baby's putting him in bed early. I don't know, one of the two. But NHL, we could probably move.
Yannick Perreault is probably the best one. It played 2000s, just under 250 goals for his career. Like a good player, made an all-star team, but hardly considered a legendary NHLer.
Ryan Smythe from Edmonton.
Yeah. It's a pretty weak list. Brendan Shanahan, oddly enough, wore 94 2 years with Hartford. Right after he left the Blues and before he went to Detroit, he was wearing 94 with the Hartford Whalers.
I do like a little Brendan Shanahan, but like 2 years in that jersey is just not going to get it done. So we need to go back to the NFL. You've got 2 there. Any 2 others that you want to throw up there?
Yeah, you got so if we had talked about that Cowboys documentary a couple weeks back, one of the big pieces of that doc and big piece of that dynasty that Dallas had was Charles Haley. He's a Hall of Famer. One of the OG psychos, just a real crazy guy. Won Super Bowls in San Francisco, won a few more in Dallas. So is he a 5-time champ, maybe. Yeah, 5-time Super Bowl champion. That's pretty dang good. Pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Charles Haley, welcome to the Mount Rushmore, you crazy SOB. And then there are a couple directions we can go. Chad Brown, linebacker with Seattle. I don't really remember him too much. Lawrence Timmons, longtime Pittsburgh Steeler, wore 94. Justin Smith, former San Francisco defensive end. Probably remember Justin Smith, like he was like the Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick 49ers. Justin Smith was one of their big defensive linemen. How about this one, Rodney? How about this one? This is someone you'll definitely remember. Robert Quinn, former St. Louis Ram, a 3-time Pro Bowler.
I do like Robert Quinn. Spent a lot of years in St. Louis, so why not? I don't know. I'm gonna leave this one to you. You've done all the legwork here for 94. I'm pretty in the middle on all the 94s. So who do you like for your last one?
So we got Cameron Jordan, DeMarcus Ware, Charles Haley, and then I think I'm going to go Justin Smith. I think I'll go Justin Smith for those great years in San Francisco. Oddly enough, he wasn't a Pro Bowler at all in the first half of his career with Cincinnati. Gets to San Francisco, and then he's a 5-time Pro Bowler all in his 30s. So he had like a second half resurgence where he was a Pro Bowler, all-pro, like in the back half of his career. So late bloomer, he gets the last spot on the Mount Rushmore. So Justin Smith, welcome. And just like that, 94s are done.
Shout out to you for carrying us through that segment. Good work.
Yeah, well, I live to serve, man. It's what I do.
It is Tuesday. This is your show.
That is true. That's a good point. All right, let's get out of here. Thanks to everyone. We had almost 280 people checking in on the show, so appreciate it. Appreciated Aaron in the comments section as well. Couple reminders that you could follow us at Stupid Sports Show on Twitter. No W at the end, so make sure you get that right. And then if you want to listen to any of our 94 episodes, you can do so wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, iHeart. You can go ahead and follow us so that way when new episodes come are downloaded and available, you will get the notification. You can listen right there. Stop everything you're doing and just listen to our show. It's how we want it. And then a real quick, I saw that over the weekend you put out a little shout, which was deserved after an undefeated day on the Substack. But if you're still not doing so, Roddy's putting out picks every single day straight to your inbox to sign up for the Stupid Sports Show on Substack to get those picks. He's up many units on the year. He's having a good football season already. And what are you waiting for? You're missing out.
Yeah, no, it's been good. And this week hasn't been very many picks. Like, I'm having a hard time picking any baseball. Like, there's so many teams that just don't care anymore necessarily. So WNBA playoffs, still been picking those. But then this weekend, obviously, football coming up. But then NBA, NHL, college basketball right around the corner. So you'll get a bunch more then. So, yeah, get signed up. Start winning.
All right. Well, on that note, he's Rodney Newpel. I'm Tim D. Wade Van Stratton. And this has been another episode of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth. We'll talk to you guys Friday. See ya.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth with Rodney Newpel and Tim Van Stratton.